So I guess I'll say the name. This is the Uncharted Talkers podcast, episode 1. I don't know how many we're going to do.
Hopefully a billion.
Hopefully a billion. We're going to make lots of money. That's not going to happen. All of our ones of listeners.
We don't look good enough to make money like that.
We know why, dude, but maybe.
You're wearing all my shit.
Yeah, maybe. This is your hat.
It is I don't know what you got underneath, but it is my hat.
So we're going to do our, I don't want to say like top 10. Like that's like implying that like number 1 is the best and like 10
I did
is
mine
not
in
the
my
best.
order. I put mine in an order. I don't think it matters if you do or don't, but
Yeah, I don't know. I had a weird time like making this list because like I feel like it was easy. It was easy to like do my top like 5, and then it was just like the bottom 5. I feel like we're just kind of like I kind of had to search. It was like really weird. It was really weird.
I started with like 22 or so, narrowed it down, and then from my top 10, I started at number 10 and went down. So I kind of was like, okay, which one barely made?
Yeah.
This? And I kind of that's gonna be my number 10, and I just kind of went from there.
How long did it take you to make this list?
I'd say probably like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like to get the initial like. I was like, to get the initial, like, maybe 12, it took me, like, I don't know, I'd say probably, like, 15 minutes. And then, like, I was like, oh, let me go back and, like, listen to these. And then, like, I go back and listen to it, and I'm like, oh, I really don't like this album as much as I thought. There was so many... I
kind of had the same thing
there was,
on, like, some of the ones that didn't make it. I was like, yeah, this album, in my head, it was really
so much
awesome.
better because, like, you associate these songs... like with the album cover, and then you see the album cover, you're like, that's a good album, and you start going through, you're like, I don't know this song. What's this song? I don't like that one. I was like, I like 3 songs on this.
Or like what I found on, because I was using my old computer, is when I would go through it, like if I didn't like a song on that album, I just delete it off there. So I had to like click on the album, like, oh, there's only 4 songs on here.
So you'd open up,
so
you'd open up the album,
really
and you'd have like 6 songs.
Yeah,
and there's like
track 1, 9, and 12.
Like, and your like Windows Media Player.
Look,
it still works. You have like
music,
you have like the little like the what is it the
screensaver
the screensaver thing. It's like electric shit. Okay, I guess we'll start then.
All right, give me your number 10.
My number 10 is an album by Clairo. It's called Immunity, and I didn't actually start listening to this album until like, I don't know, like 4 months ago. Started to get more into like what this genre is bedroom pop, and like kind of an acquired taste,
kinda
I'll
like super
admit.
chill.
Yeah, very like DIY sounding, like record in your bedroom, and like that's kind of the genre. And Clairo, to my knowledge, is probably like she's not the best, but like she kind of made it popular. Like one of her like first music videos was like, it blew up. It was a song called Flaming Hot Cheetos, which is like, it's an okay song. Like I don't know, it's like her most popular, but like, and then like, it's her music video is literally just like her on a webcam and just like singing and then like cutting it to something else. Yeah, cutting to where she's like wearing a different outfit, and it like blew up, and now bedroom pop's super popular.
Because she was in her bedroom.
I know.
I get it now.
My favorite songs, Softly is really good, and Feel Something are probably like the 2 on there. Whoever was going to listen to this, all of nobody. If you ever get around to it.
It's a nice plug for Clairo.
Yeah. It's just super dope. Like it's super, I don't know. It's very DIY, and there's something about like when you listen to something and it's like not perfect, that like it makes it better.
Bit, like,
it's almost like if you're taking a picture like with film. Like film always looks better because it's not perfect, and there's like an edge, and it's unique. So yeah, that's my 10. What's your number 10?
My number 10, I think you're gonna be a little surprised that this isn't higher, but Kendrick Lamar's "Damn."
I am surprised.
So the reason I have it all the way down at 10, and honestly, it barely made my list, because when it came out, I think I listened to that album front to back probably 30 times a day.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
all I listened
to. It was great, and it's still a great album. I think in my head, I listened to it so much, I kind of just got like tired of it.
You know what's funny is like, I did that exact same thing. Okay, spoiler, it's in my top 10. It is. I know. We're getting to it, and like I'll explain my reasoning, but I almost took it off, but I was like, I just remember when it came out, I loved it. I
was
loved
so
everything
good.
about it. It was like, this is so cool. And like, Humble was like a weird song. I almost like didn't like that song, and then it kind of grew on me. And then DNA came out. That was like another big hitter on that
those
album.
are like the two big ones that like you heard on every radio station. Like it didn't matter,
but it made your list, so it's good.
It did make my list. Yes.
What are your favorite songs?
My favorites on there, Loyalty's by far my favorite on that. But then I like Element, and even though I'm not a big fan of U2, I really like their little cameo in Triple X.
Yeah,
I think that was really unique the way they put that in there.
It's cool. It works for some reason.
But yeah, Loyalty with Rihanna is by far my favorite on that whole album.
Yeah, when we get to mine, I guess I'll talk about my favorites. But
like the album really doesn't have a bad song.
Yeah, I mean, fuck it, we'll just talk about it now. Like,
where did you have it on your list?
I honestly, since you put it at 10, like I should have put mine at 10 because it was one of those where it was like, I feel bad for not putting.
It's like,
I feel guilty. I have like this
on.
like music guilt for not putting it on there.
No,
even
I
though,
totally felt the same thing.
It's like 7. It's 7 for me, if my math's right. Yeah, it's 7. I was listening to it like a lot in the last like maybe 2 days, like trying to almost force myself to like it, and I have found songs on there that I
kind of forgot about.
That are really cool. Let me get it pulled up here. Like, God is really cool.
Yeah, I have God on.
I think Ya is actually my favorite song. I love that song. That song is so like.
It's so weird.
It's so weird.
Just like that kind of just like slang almost to use like repetitively in a song is super
it's
weird.
It's a weird hook, but it's totally cool. I
also really like Duckworth too.
Yeah. An Element. I love Element.
Element's awesome.
That song's cool.
Starts off new Kendrick, whatever.
I know.
Kung Fu Kenny.
Oh, Love. That's the one. Love.
Love is good.
Love
yeah,
is.
I have that on there too.
Yeah. See, now that we're saying it, it's like
that this
album
what the thing
cool.
is. Like you go through like song by song, you're like, maybe it should be higher than 10. Like,
and there's a
but
lot.
It has to be on the list.
And there's a lot of cool. Like, I'm kind of a nerd about like cool sounds and weird rhythms. I think it's Lust, where he does. There's like a. It's all the sounds are reversed, similar to like Beastie Boys.
Oh.
Why can't I think of that song? Paul Revere.
Yes.
Where all the samples reversed. It's that same thing, and I think that's really cool. And then it like comes in with this weird. There's like a weird hi-hat that comes in and it like throws off the rhythm, but it's like it's super cool. And it's like whoever is in his team producing for him, like they have his stuff figured out. Like he has a lane. And he does it like probably better than anybody.
Well, I think lyrically he's up there with the best of them.
That's so funny because when I was driving around listening to it, it feels like he's on another level. Like
it's
he's
insane.
Like it feels like he's like 10 steps ahead of somebody. It's like I feel like this album could have come out this year and it would still hold up.
Oh yeah,
because it just feels like he's so much farther ahead. And you're right, his lyrics like.
It's incredible.
He has a song. What's the song? I know I'm talking about. I love this album and I can't even name the song, but he's like. He's talking about like, I might die if blah 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 blah. Maybe I'll die if blah blah blah. And he says that like 50 times.
It takes you a minute to realize he's saying something different
it's like
every time.
Super cool, and it's like I've been listening to this guy say like maybe I'll die if blah 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 blah, and like it's super cool. That's cool. That's funny that you did that. That you put that on.
I couldn't not put it on there, but I was like, God, I listen to this so much.
You barely made that. Okay. So my number 9. This was a late addition, very late addition, but I'm glad it's on there, and it might even be higher. I think give it like 3 months, and this is probably gonna move up. But it's the Japanese House.
You've been talking about these people forever.
It's one girl, it's one chick in the group. The album's called Good at Falling, and like I love this album. I really do. Like I think this like I said, probably in like a couple months, this will be like probably in like my top 6 or 7. Like it's so cool. Like every song like makes you feel like when you get to the chorus, like the chorus like means something. Like it's very definitive. Like almost in the opposite. Obviously, this isn't rap, but like Kendrick Lamar and like rap stuff like that. It's like there's not really a chorus. So it's like it kind of just flows. And like her songs flow, but like you know when you're in the chorus, like you know when you're there, and it's like it like kind of hits you in the face. It's like it's loud. It's moody. She does a lot of cool stuff with vocals. Like all of her stuff that she sings are just like these like massive like wall of vocals, and it's like cool. Fixed it. It's just really inviting. I mean, if I told you to listen to songs off this album, I'd say maybe You're the Reason, You Seem So Happy, and Worms.
Worms.
I know, Worms.
Is it an ode to Dennis Rodman?
I don't. Yeah, she's like a deep cut, like Chicago Bulls fan.
She's got a song on there. Fuck Jerry Reinsdorf.
Yeah. Played in reverse. But yeah, and I think finding out that it's like one girl, like, was just like, how does she write this stuff? Like, yeah, really cool, really cool album. I know it's like we can't really talk about because like you haven't listened to it yet, but like I think it's cool that we have different stuff already. Well, I probably will. So it's really cool, really cool album.
Is that also in that kind of like bedroom pop kind of
thing? Excuse me. It's like. No, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
It's its own thing.
It's almost like every song feels like you're in like a hall of reverb. Every song feels really big. It feels like when you're listening to the song, you like just stepped into like this steel drum, and like everything is like, it's like I can't.
Sorry, you said steel drum, and I just thought I could see Michael Scott.
Oh yeah. He like, hot.
That's all I can think of.
It's like, I don't know, like, especially when I hear it, I'm like, how did she make this sound? Like, that's what I'm like mad at it. I'm like, you, I want to do that. How do I get that sound? That's exactly how I feel about it. And I think it's pretty cool. But
all right,
what's your number 9?
My number 9. I know you weren't too hot on this album, but it's Post Malone's Hollywood's Bleeding. I really like this album. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's not the only Post Malone album I have on here.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
What
were you going to say?
I was going to say, there's a disclaimer for my list. There's like 3 different artists on here that I could have put 2 albums on there. So I said, okay.
I'll put this one on there, we'll talk about this one.
Exactly. So like it kind of made me like have to put more. Like,
I guess I could have done that, but I was like, I just want to go my top 10.
As much as I would have, because then this list would have been honestly like super fast. Like this list would have gone by quick because I was like, oh, that album came out in 2015 and 2017. I love both of these albums. Let's do it. Why do you like that album? That album's not good.
That album is just super catchy for me. Like, Hollywood's Bleeding is an awesome song. I really like a Thousand Bad Times. I don't know what it is about that song. It just, I don't know. It sounds really cool. Obviously, the big ones on there were Sunflower and Circles. Die For Me is really cool with Halsey.
Okay.
I think Future's in that one also. I think it's Future and Halsey. Yeah, that album's, I mean, that song is really cool. It just like flows really well. He vibes off of Future really well. And then Halsey has a really cool, like, I guess it's just it's a different vibe. It's really, I just think it's really cool to just like get in the car and just drive with that on.
Yeah.
It's like super just like relaxing.
I don't know. I think like when he first came out with it, I remember like putting the first song on and I was like, because Hollywood Bleeding, it's not like is it like an intro song? From what I remember, it's like
because it's not like quite just not like a little interlude.
No,
it's like, I don't know, probably 2.5 minutes long or so. It's not super long, but it's, I don't know, it's something about it just like vibes really well. I mean,
I'll probably listen to it again since it's in your. I mean, it's above Kendrick Lamar. Like,
I think that is more because it's so much. It's a little more recent for me, so. Kendrick Lamar has gotten so much play in my car that it had to move down a little bit.
I remember like just not like the song's just not clicking for me for some reason. Like,
I know my sister's gonna have a problem with that being above Kendrick Lamar for sure.
I mean, yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. I'm not gonna tell you that you're wrong, but you're wrong.
Oh, she will.
It's okay. I'm just looking at this track list. Like, but here's the thing: is like. The best song the best songs on this album, Circles, which was released as a single.
Yep, and then Sunflower.
Which was made for the Spider-Man movie.
Yep.
Does that really make you see what I'm saying?
I totally hear you.
Saying? It's
but Sunflower is a catchy as fuck
Sunflower
song.
is a good song. Definitely. Honestly, Circles was cool too. That is a good song. I can't deny that. But
like, and then they have 2 other good ones that I wrote down on there were I'm Gonna Be and I Know. And I'm gonna be is more like not your typical Post Malone. I mean, the sound is, but it's more just like I don't know. It's just different. Like this whole album, he did just way differently than he did Stoney or Beer Bongs and whatever.
I guess you kind of have to respect that. It's like as an artist, it's like it's like then the Used just came up with a new album, right? And you turn it on, it's like this sounds like the Used, and it's cool.
It's like the Used from 2003 meets
now,
and they vibed it together.
From what I remember from
way.
The songs that I was listening to, it sounded pretty cool. Like there was some.
I like it a lot.
Songs.
I like it a lot. It wasn't anywhere near my top 10, but because they have some songs there that are like really good, and some songs that are like, what the hell were you thinking? Like, which has kind of always been the thing with the Used for me.
Yeah,
like
it does seem like it's kind of like
they're like their best album for me. In Love and Death, they have some awesome songs and then just some trash.
Like just straight every time it comes, they're like skip. I don't care. Skip. I don't even
know why it's on my phone.
I don't want to give this song a chance. I know I hate that. That sucks. But like as an artist, it's like I want to do something else. But like this is.
I think someone that was really good at that was John Mayer.
Because he probably
Room for Squares started, and it was just like your typical like I don't know, just like
and typical in a good way.
Yeah,
typical. Yeah,
I mean, incredible. Really, we listened to
that album came out in like 2002, by the way.
Yeah,
it's like almost 20 years.
But then he comes out with was it Paradise Valley?
Yeah,
and Born and Raised that are just so off the wall for him.
Yeah,
but now he's kind of come back, and it's. I mean, they those albums by John Mayer means did not sell for anything after winning however many Grammys he won. But it's that kind of just like being able to evolve as an artist, which is I think kind
true,
of
and especially when you're somebody like John Mayer and like Post Malone, where it's like I don't have to sell anything,
right?
Like,
I've done it.
Post Malone could retire from music right now, and he doesn't have to.
Fine.
He's fine. So it's like, why not push the boundaries and like
do something that challenges yourself?
And here's another thing. This is on the same topic, but like this album has 17 songs.
Yep, had a lot.
You've listened to every single one of those songs.
Yeah, I've listened to the album all the way through, maybe like 5 or 6 times. But those, whatever I have here, 7 songs, I can't skip those songs. When they come on, those aren't getting skipped in my book.
The Clairo album has 11 songs, which is great because she probably could have put 17 songs on here.
Right.
Why would she? I'm sorry, dude. No one is gonna listen to 17 songs.
Like,
no one is,
agree.
and I know it's like the time of like streaming and like just put whatever out there as long as you have it. But it's like, I guess for this purpose, it was difficult because there were some albums where it's like, oh man, I kind of want to put this on here, but it's like okay.
The reason they don't is because you get those songs, you're like, why is that on there?
Yes.
Like because like take What You Want with Ozzy Osbourne and the Post Malone Hollywood Sweetheart, horrible. That song is terrible.
Why put that on there?
Maybe it's because you and Ozzy Osbourne don't mix very well, but
I mean, I get he's on a label. The label says everything. I understand that, but like even as a label, it's like
you got to be like, come on, like help me out.
And I guess for the purpose of this, it's like if I have this album, right? Let's say it's 11 songs, and it's like, is it a good album because I like 20% of those songs, and if it had 17, then I would have liked like 16%, whatever. You know what I mean? It's like the more songs you add, it's harder to be like, yeah, that album's good.
Yeah,
right.
For
it's
sure.
like, especially if you can just kind of cut the fat off, where it's like, this is kind of just a filler song. It's like then you get really good albums where it's like
damn.
I would say like 9 to like 14 is pretty much like a good range for an album. Any song under 9 could be like an EP. I guess you could have an 8-song album, but like 11 songs is just, and I don't know why I like the idea.
I think I have one way later that has like
a lot of songs.
I think like 16 songs on it, and it's like legit, like they're all good.
Super good, yeah.
Which is rare.
Yeah. All right, we'll move on. My number 8, Casey Musgraves.
I knew it was coming.
Dude, I love this album so much. Like,
it's not bad because I remember when you brought it up, I was like, oh, I'll listen to it. I listened to like probably like 3/4 way through. I was like, you know what?
It's like if you're 3/4 of the way through an album, you're like, this is a good album.
Yeah.
Like if I haven't skipped a song, it's a good album.
Yeah.
Like I also love that it's like it like fixes it. It fills my void of like Michelle Branch. I get such a Michelle Branch
Even though it's
vibe.
technically country.
Yeah, but it's not It's not really produced like it's like it does. It rides that line of country, but it's not produced like a country album. Like if you listen to why can't I get this pulled up? If you listen to where is it? Lonely Weekend, Velvet Elvis, and High Horse. Like those are like indie pop songs.
Yeah.
Like the drums in them are indie pop. It's not country. There is kind of a lot of like weird filler, like acoustic stuff. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
It kind of it gives it I don't know. It gives it this weird like balance. It's not like every song on here is like acoustic guitar and drums. It's like High Horse like starts out with like this filtered out. It sounds like a dance song, and then it's not, and it's super cool. I love it.
One of the ones that kind of stood out to me on there was I think it was called Rainbow or Rainbows.
Yeah. It's the last song really on there. Cool. It's cool. Yeah. Velvet Elvis was the first one that I heard. I think I heard it on like a playlist or something, like on Spotify. It's like the like For You or whatever, and I heard it. And I was like, "Oh, this is cool. Like, who is this?" And then I clicked on it, and I was like, "Oh, I think I heard the name. I've heard the name before.
Yeah,
I can't place it. I don't know where from. Yeah. But yeah, the three songs on there.
I think my camera turned off.
Did it?
It looks like it.
Okay, so we had
some first episode issues.
We had some, yeah. It's all right. I think we just got it out of the way.
So our $1,000 cameras.
Look, I'll reach out to our sponsor and see if they can send us a new.
Dad.
Little Caesars is our sponsor.
Hey, they got money.
Can you imagine? Man. Imagine coming on this podcast and just like Little Caesars, just like just like all these pizzas, like we just have to eat.
Hey, whoa! What's wrong with Little Caesars, dude?
I don't know, man.
It's the best pizza you can get for $5. I'm telling you.
Okay, I think let's talk about Casey Musgrave's album. We will move on. Basically, that album's great. That's it.
Is a pretty good album.
It's pretty cool. I like the Michelle Branch factor. It's basically like a huge. I don't know why. I just like. Even Michelle Branch's Spirit Room album. There's still like...
Even though Michelle Branch had like one song?
No, don't say that. She had like 4. And it was...
Out of like 5
It was
albums.
all off that album, okay? All I Wanted, Everywhere, You Set Me Free.
I know Everywhere, obviously. Which one's All I Wanted? Oh, yeah.
I'm going to auto-tune that part. It's going to sound sick.
All right, so there's only 2 songs.
What's your number?
My number 8.
8.
Taking Back Sunday, Tidal Wave.
I forgot about that one. Kind of.
It's a very like, it was their first like album that they came out with since they're self-titled. That I was like, yes, they're back.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'll just say then that was kind of all they've had. They haven't had anything since then. That was 2016.
I don't know why. I just had a weird time like wrapping my head around this album. I don't know why. Like
you just think his voice is shot.
It is. It is shot. And by the way, remember they had Happiness Is. That was before this.
That was before this.
Not their self-titled. I didn't know that.
But I'm saying like
as far that was like actually you
like they're like this is Taking Back Sunday. Like on Happiness Is. I think they had like what songs did I actually like on there? Let me pull it up.
Flicker Fade, Stood a Chance, Beat Up Car. I really like Beat Up Car. That's a cool song.
I liked Like You Do.
Better Homes and Gardens.
Yeah, Better Homes and Gardens is good. Like You Do and We Were Younger Then were probably my 3 favorites off that.
Yeah. See, it's decent. I mean, that wasn't in like the years that we're talking about, but
that was 14. I missed it by 1 year.
What songs are good on this album?
So Tidal Wave is really good. It's just a quick little like kind of an intro song. It's just I don't know, it's super catchy. It's just kind of like a fuck you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I do remember it being like there's no break really in the song.
No, it
starts off with the drums, right? It's like some
Yeah. Okay. And then You Can't Look Back is good. But my 2 favorites off this album are Holy Water and Homecoming. It's just I don't know. It's a different kind of side of Taking Back Sunday that you haven't seen. It's a little more intimate. Kind of goes back to like Tell All Your Friends.
Okay.
How like Cute Without the E was like more intimate for them.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Homecoming is all about what the fuck is his name? Singer. I can't remember.
Adam
Lazzara.
Adam. Big A dog.
Adam Levine.
That's him.
He's trash. Anyway, it's all about like Adam Lazzara and like how like he is like wanting to go home and like it's just a different side that you haven't kind of heard from him before. Before that, it was just kind of like let's go punk rock and just like shove it to everybody.
Yeah.
And this one was just kind of like letting you in a little more.
How much do you pay attention to lyrics?
A lot.
A lot?
A lot.
I think I've noticed that because like not that I don't. It's not.
You're more on the technical,
for sure.
How it's
like,
done.
The only thing, not the only thing, but like it kind of takes me a couple runs through in order to really like listen to the lyrics because I'm so focused on like, oh man, that kick drum was really cool. Like, oh man, that's a really cool sound. I wonder how they did that. Like, oh, I could probably make this sound, and I'm like not even paying. I'm paying attention to the melody for sure.
Yeah.
Not really the words. I know that sounds stupid because like I should.
It doesn't
but
sound stupid.
You pay attention to lyrics.
It doesn't
a
sound
lot.
stupid to me because you know how that stuff works and that's what interests you. For me, like. The interesting part to me is how do you write a song like that? Like,
gotcha.
Like I don't that is very like mesmerizing to me. Like how you can take whatever feelings you have and just put them on paper and turn it into that with these different like rhythms and everything. That whole like process I think is really interesting.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think when it came out, I was just kind of like, I already had this like pre like whatever to it where I was like, I don't know, man, like Happiness Is was okay. I doubt this one's gonna be good. That's basically how it was. It was like
so that's kind of like, what I
their self-title came out and then it was like Happiness Is and I was like it's okay. And then this one came out and I was like why would I waste my time? Even though I love Taking Back Sunday basically up until their self-title.
The self-title was incredible.
I feel bad saying that because like they're probably one of my favorite bands of all time. Like I could probably say that.
See, but I was kind of starting to feel that way when I heard they were coming out with the new album after Happiness Is, and me and Emily went and saw. I don't remember. They opened for somebody. I don't remember who it was. I think it was like Motion City Soundtrack or something. But they were like, we got this new album coming out, and they're gonna play a couple songs. And they played Tidal Wave and Holy Water, and I was like, okay, this album might actually be really good. Like when I heard them. Like, the first time I heard anything off the album was those two songs live. And hearing them live, I don't know, it was just like, okay, this album has a chance.
Yeah. Time and place, too. It's like you're at a concert. It's live music. It's like, oh, this is cool. You can, like, feel the energy.
Even though I've heard some new songs by bands at a live concert, I'm like...
This is ass.
Not buying that one.
Yeah. This is what you've been working on? This is dog shit. This is awful. I don't want to listen to this.
Go back to 08.
Yeah, where was I on the whatever, the pre where you show it to people and they tell you if it's good or not? Because I would have been like, red button.
The Voice?
The Voice? Remember when we went to go see Motion City Soundtrack and Reliant K?
And we thought
Reliant K
was opening for Motion City.
And then Motion City
should have been.
Well, yeah. And then Motion City comes out, he's like, oh, well, we already... Okay, well, we can just leave because I don't care.
We listened to half of the first song.
We paid for tickets, drove down there
to Santa Cruz.
See them, and then it was like Motion City's. I was like, oh, so is Reliant K not playing? And it was like, nope, Reliant K's playing after Motion City. I was like, man, we literally got like
maybe like a minute and a half through the first song of Reliant K. We're like, nah, let's go get some food.
Yeah. I was like, can you just play Be My Escape? And then. Isn't that their song?
Yeah, the Be My Escape and Who I Am Hates Who I've Been. Only two songs I like by them.
I don't even know that other one.
You would if you heard it.
All right. We already talked about my number. Are we on 8 now?
Yeah, we just did 8, so we're on 7 now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Damn.
Okay.
We already talked about it.
Yeah.
And I think reiterate that like it feels like he has something to say in this album. It really feels like, I don't know, especially like in the time that we're in right now, like it feels like it's resonating a little bit more. But yeah, we already talked about it, so we'll move on. Go ahead.
My number 7 is a Matt Nathanson album. It's called why does that reaction come up?
I'm sorry. No. Go ahead.
It's called Sings His Sad Heart.
Okay.
It's a very like breakup-y album. They're all about like how he like about his ex or whatever, but going back to the lyricism of it, every song, and also the musical part of this album is vastly different from the old stuff that he did.
Huh.
Where the old stuff, like Come On Get Higher, is just like specifically for the radio to be kind of like a Jack Johnson ripoff.
Okay.
Whereas this is like he's actually doing something that he, I think, is like proud of. And the first time I heard anything off of this album was me and Emily went to see him at the Roseville Fairgrounds for like the fire benefit concert or whatever for all the Paradise Fires. And it was like free or whatever. And he's played like 3 or 4 off of this album. I was like, I've never heard these before, but they're really good. But they have a bunch of different like guitar things in there that he's never had in any of his other albums. My favorites on the you would actually like this album, I think. As much as you don't like Matt Nathanson, you would like this album.
I don't think it's not that I don't like Matt Nathanson. I just like don't like the idea of just like cookie cutter like pop music. I hate to be that guy.
But this album's not like that cookie cutter kind of thing.
Or just like that sound, like very polished pop music. Almost like, not that there's anything wrong with this, Christian rock. Like it feels like if I turn on a Matt Nathanson song, I'm gonna get a Christian rock.
Even though you really like the Almost.
They're better than that. Yes, okay. That's okay. That's different. But like,
how is that different?
You know what I mean. The Almost isn't on the radio on Christian rock.
True.
Okay? Not
True.
that I'm listening to Christian rock radio, but like sometimes.
But Christian rock radio is Switchfoot.
Yeah. Oh, Switchfoot. Switchfoot was good.
Switchfoot was good.
Sort of.
Well,
I get them and Hoobastank confused. I don't know why. I get them confused.
Isn't Hoobastank sing The Reason?
Yeah.
That's the only song I know by Hoobastank.
Yeah, where they have the timer. Have you seen the music video? Remember the time they have like the music video? It's like it's this guy walking around and they have like the timer on the top of their head when they're gonna die, and then he like sees this like girl or this like kid like run out in the middle of the street and his timer's about to go off, and then he like saves them.
So kind of like based off the movie with Justin Timberlake, In Time.
Yes.
Where like time is currency.
Yeah, but no, that movie copied that.
Was good.
That movie copied that.
Well, it was better than the song,
I guess.
Anyway. My favorite songs off this album were I have a lot of them, but mine, Way, Way Back, Different Beds, Used to Be, and probably Long Distance Runner. Probably my top 5.
Okay. I'll listen to those. We'll give it a try.
But I have 9 written down here.
Well, there's 10 songs on the album.
Yep. The only one I don't like is Sadness.
The last song.
I know.
He probably
should have made
really,
a 9-song album.
Like really fought for this. But what's funny is that's probably why this album's so good because it only has 10 songs.
Yeah, I just put that album on.
Imagine if it came out and it had 15 songs on there. It'd be like, man, look at all these songs I got to get through in order to get to the ones that I like.
Right.
This one, it's like you can listen to it front to back. You like every single song except for the last one, and then you're done. There's not like all this fluff, and there's something to that. But I guess I'll listen to it. Yeah, I probably kind of have to. I'm actually really excited about this one because when this album came out, like I totally forgot because you said something when we were talking about this idea. You're like, oh, what about this band? And I was like, oh, I totally forgot they came up with this album, and it's Kintsugi by Death Cab for Cutie. That, God, I remember, like, I think, again, like, music has this way of, like, time and place, right? That album came out when I was still in school, and I was making that drive 45 minutes from Roseville to Rancho Cordova. And I remember I bought the hard copy from Dimple when Dimple was still open, and I would listen to the hard copy.
I think I have the hard copy of that one, too.
In my car, and it's just like, God, it's so good. And what's funny is, like, the albums that are, like, coming up on mine, it's like, I haven't even listened to in probably, like, 2 years, but I know every single song on them because I know that they're good. And also Death Cab has always had this, I don't know, they have a style, obviously, but like it feels different. All their songs like feel, or all their albums like feel different when the new one comes out.
Yes, I 100% agree with that. They haven't repeated anything as far as like the style.
And what's the lead singer's name?
Benjamin Gibbard.
Thank you. Like his voice is so unique too.
Yeah.
And that's it. I mean he is like Death Cab for Cutie. Not to take anything away from these other guys, but like
no, he is.
He's
also with Postal Service, right?
Yeah, I don't know if they still do stuff, but Postal Service was cool when they came out. But like, I'm looking at this song list and it's like every single song is just like super good.
But the best one is Good Help Is Hard to Find.
Good Help's hard to find. Ghosts of Beverly Drive is super cool. It's like fast.
I don't know if I remember that one.
It's got this cool guitar riff and the chorus is really good. El Dorado is good. Even like the weird, they have a song on here called Binary C.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird, but if you can like make it through like 2 minutes of the song it kind of picks up and it's kind of cool. And no Room Frame and Block Sun. I know I'm like saying every song on the album, but like that album's really good. And I also think it's just like I've always really liked Death Cab for Cutie.
One I really like on this album was Ingenue.
Yeah.
That song is super cool. Did you listen to their new EP, the Blue EP?
Is it the Thank You for Today?
No. It's called The Blue.
Oh, no.
It's got like 5 songs on it.
Huh. I know they came with an album. Let's just talk about how much I love them. I haven't even really listened to their new one. I think
it's pretty cool. Kids in 99 is really good.
Interesting. That album's really good. Basically, is what
that
I'm
album's
saying.
good.
That album's good. And again, it's just like time and place. Like,
Yeah.
takes me back to a shitty drive, which makes it good, I guess.
Yeah. A shitty drive will make anything better. All right, so we're on 6, right?
Sure.
Yeah. My number 6, Post Malone, Stoney.
Okay. Can't really argue that. I mean,
I know your favorite's Beer Bongs and Bentleys, but
can't.
Stoney is...
Let's pull this up.
Like, I Fall Apart is the peak song for Post Malone.
Yep.
It doesn't get better than that.
Yeah, it's...
And then White Iverson, obviously.
that was his,
Up There was awesome. Congratulations, to me, was okay. That song got a lot of play.
I didn't realize that song was on there. I thought that was like a single. I thought that was on Beer Bongs and Bentleys.
Leave is really cool. Go Flex is good. No Option. Broken Whiskey. Like, there's...
Broken Whiskey. Is it Broken Whiskey Glass?
Yeah, Broken Whiskey
Glass.
Glass.
Yeah, that's the first song.
Like, I could listen to this all the way through, maybe skip 1, maybe 2 songs. Like, Feeling Whitney, I could live without.
I think, like... I remember when I first like heard of Post Malone, I was working at Topgolf and I was in the dish pit doing dishes at like...
He looks like a guy that should be in the dish pit doing dishes.
Yeah, he looks like he's got like Star Wars hair. His hair literally looks like a character out of Star Wars. But like, I remember hearing it was White Iverson, and I was like, "Oh, who is this?" Because they just blasted in the fucking pits of there in the kitchen, and like it was like, "Oh, it's Post Malone," and I was like, "Oh, like I want to listen to him." And I remember like driving home that night, and I pulled up Spotify, and I was like going through, and I Fall Apart came on, and I was like, Oh, this makes sense now. Like this guy
like that song you turn all the way up.
It's got this. It's like an anti-chorus. It builds up, and then it's just like this drops this bass, and he's just like singing super loud. That's kind of his thing, and he does a bunch of vibrato, and there's like this cool like weird like thing going. I don't know how to explain it. It's like it's super dope. I do remember hearing that for the first time, and I was like, dude, this is.
It's insane.
It's wild when like you could still hear songs that like make you feel like a certain time where you're like, oh my God, I've never heard anything like this.
Yeah.
I never want to stop listening to this. And this was one of those songs where I was like, dude, I want to show everybody this song. And of course now everybody knows about it.
Do they?
But yeah, I can't really argue that.
Should we check the camera?
Nah, it's fine.
Just go with it.
Just go with it.
Cool.
It's fine.
All right.
What are we on? I don't know what
5.
numbers. I have mine just like a 5, so like I don't know numbers. But the one that's before Death Cab is If You're Reading This Too Late by Drake. I think you and I could probably relate to this because I remember I was sleeping on an air mattress on your parents' floor when this album came out. And like, God, this album is just like, I was going through it.
I actually have that on my honorable mention.
Okay, well, at least it's an honorable mention. But what was the other one that came out with it? Okay, this is my disclaimer. This might be on your top. This album and Views.
Views is also on my honorable mention.
Easily could be in my top 10. Like,
yeah.
It was honestly like really hard to and What a Time to Be Alive, that mixtape he did with Future.
Mm-hmm.
It's like came up with 3 albums in like a 4-year span that were just like so cool.
But then he drops these other singles that like aren't on anything, like back to back. I know that was just like a diss at whoever Meek Mill.
Yeah.
But that song is awesome.
Super cool.
That's like the funnest song to just like sing to.
Mm-hmm.
And 30 for 30 freestyle.
Okay, I haven't even really talked about the album. Where'd it go? Like, Legend, Energy,
Yep.
6 God, No Tellin', 6 Man.
6 Man is awesome.
6 Man is good. Oh man, It's again, it's like I put this on there, but like it really is like this one and Views. Like it's hard to choose, but like Views is so good, dude. Views is like,
Did you say Energy?
yeah.
Yeah, I like that song a lot.
One of my favorite Drake songs is on Views. Western Road Flows.
That song
that song
incredible.
is so cool.
Yeah.
That song is
I'm gonna
sick.
guess one of the songs you don't like on If You're Reading This Is Too Late is Used To.
Well, yeah, it has a Lil Wayne.
Exactly.
In it. Yeah.
I like Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne's not. No, we're not gonna get into that right now. Now that I'm looking at it, I probably should have just put Views in there because I'm like, oh, I like that song, I like that song, I like that song. But like, I think I remember listening. I remember like, I think it was the first album I liked by Drake. That was the first time I heard Drake, and I was like, oh, Drake isn't like what's
Degrassi.
What's that one song? Everybody, I don't know.
Jumpman? I don't know.
The one off Take Care. Like
he's got a lot of good songs on Take Care. What are you talking about?
The Motto. Remember The Motto?
Oh yeah.
Like with
Motto was actually really annoying because it was so overplayed.
But like that was the Drake that I knew, and I was like, why would I ever listen to Drake? But now Drake.
But
is like,
if you actually go through and listen to Take Care, it's a good album.
I'm probably not, honestly.
Shot for Me, Headlines,
I'm
Marvin's Room. Marvin's Room is awesome. Hell Yeah, Fucking Right.
Don't ruin. No, Hell Yeah. What is this? Is the song called Hell Yeah, Fucking Right?
Yeah.
That song is annoying. You play that song?
I love that song.
And I'm like, stop, dude. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's like, dude.
I like that song. It's
get
catchy.
out of here, bro. There's like no substance.
You just don't like Lil Wayne.
I really don't like Lil Wayne. But okay. Anyways, we'll move on. What's your number? Are we on 4 now?
5.
5.
My number 5 is Dashboard Confessional, Crooked Shadows.
Yeah, I knew that was gonna be on.
You knew that was going to be on there. Not really too many songs on this album I don't like. Can't even remember. There's 2 on there that I just kind of skip, but I don't even remember what they're called. Let me pull it up. The ones I don't like are Open My Eyes and Just What to Say. And the only 2 that are actually featuring another artist. Not that that really matters, but they're okay. They're just they're not great.
Okay.
But We Fight is really good. Heartbeat Here was really good. Had that as my wedding song. I had to fight for that also. She really wanted Train Marry Me.
Yeah, Get in Line.
No.
Everybody has done that.
Also, everybody was wrong.
Also, it should have been All Star by Smash Mouth.
Well, that's ours. But Crooked Shadows is also really good. They're all just like super like, again, not what Dashboard usually is. They're just super different, and they've gotten even more different. Right after this, they came out with Kinda Yeah Sorta. It's a single. If you listen to that, you'd be like, that's not Dashboard.
I've heard that.
Which is, and Kinda Yeah Sorta is okay, but it's not great. But this was one of my favorite albums by them since probably like a Mark, a Mission, a Brand, a Scar.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No. Not better than the yellow one with the apple.
Shade of Poison Trees.
Oh, man. Yeah. That one's up there for me.
That's a good album. But like on that album, for me, there's 2 songs total that like I can't skip.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Where There's Gold. It's my all-time favorite by them.
Such a good song.
And Fever
So
Dreams.
good.
The rest of them are okay for me.
You know what's funny? Maybe, I mean, I might be doing the thing where we talked about in the beginning where it's like, oh, I love this album, and I go through, I'm like, oh man, I really just like these 2 songs.
But Where There's Gold is incredible.
Yeah,
that's
such
one
a
of the
good
things.
song.
Like every time I go and see them, which I've seen them like 5 or 6 times now, I'm just like, please
play that song.
play
dude.
it. And
That's
they don't. They never play it.
I've seen John Mayer twice, and it's like, can you just play Neon? Like, can you just play Neon? And he never fucking
He played it
Neon.
when I went last time with Emily. Yeah,
it's good.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But another cool thing that Dashboard did, and I was like, I kind of want to put these on, even though they say released in 2003 and 2006, and 2019 because that is actually would work. But they re-recorded.
I know. I just saw that.
They re-recorded A Mark, a Mission, a Brand, a Scar, and Dusk and Summer in entirety, and they did it differently. Like some of them are acoustic and just like different.
Really?
They did like they slowed down Stolen even more, and like, but it's super good. Like the way they did As Lovers Go is like just him and a guitar, and it's super slow. It was just totally different. And I wanted to put it on there, but I was like, even though they just released it,
I'm glad you didn't.
it technically
That would have
isn't.
been a.
Yeah, that's an
Would've
asterisk,
been an
for me.
asterisk, yeah.
But yeah, it's a pretty cool album.
Why did they re-record them? Like,
I don't know. I think they were bored.
Do you think the label was like, we can still make money on you? You probably we've heard your new songs. They're not that good. Just re-record your good ones, and it'll sell.
Maybe.
It'll sell better.
Even though
than
I
that.
disagree at the ones they just brought out were very good, but
No, okay, not okay. I guess I'll get into like why I didn't put that on mine because I do like Dashboard. I think that you like that. Obviously, you like Dashboard more than me.
they're like a top 5 for me.
I definitely really like Dashboard, and it's not that I didn't like this album necessarily.
It's not very dashboardy.
Because you're right. We Fight is good, and I think Be All Right and Crooked Shadows are good.
You like About Us?
I don't remember it.
Or About Us and Belong sound very similar, but they're both really good.
I don't know. It didn't like. I don't know. I think the first time I heard it, I was like, "Oh, this is cool. Like it is different."
Yeah.
And then I tried to listen to it again for this, and I was like, it didn't. I don't know.
Didn't hit you?
It wasn't better than Kendrick Lamar. It wasn't better than Casey Musgraves. It wasn't better than The Japanese House, which is this should be. I should move up my list. I should put a disclaimer. I should move up my list because I love that album so much. Probably some recency bias there, but okay, 4.
4.
I mean, we're getting down there. Wale, album about nothing. I don't know what else to say to you, but maybe for the ones of people that are going to listen to this, listen to this. Listen to this. Like, it is the only thing that Wale has done that is listenable, and it is
the rest of it is such shit.
It is like diamond in the rough. It is so good.
It's incredible.
And it's not only like the Seinfeld references. I know that like there's like a bias there, but like the songs are just so cool.
They're super catchy, super groovy. Like, no, they're really good.
There's maybe like one song on here that's like kind of weird. I don't know, man.
Dude, I was gonna say there's not a song on there I don't like.
Every song on here is just so cool.
There's
Helium Balloons is kind of the weird one, I think. But
I don't
White Shoes, Middle Finger, One Time in Houston.
Intro About Nothing,
The
Need to
Blue.
Know, The Success, Girls on Drugs.
It's just it's good. And it's so cool. I remember when I first heard it, I think like we talked about it, I was like, how do you get the rights? Like how do you get the rights to use that in there? And I still really don't know. Like maybe his label like works, it's like a sub of that one. Like I don't know how that works. I don't know how you get the rights, especially for Seinfeld. Like Seinfeld took forever to even get on Hulu. Like let alone be used by a rapper. Like
5 years ago.
Yeah, I don't see how that works, but
also doesn't feel like this came out 5 years ago.
no.
But
Also, could you imagine like I wonder who had that idea? Like do you think like Wale came and was like, "Yo, I love Seinfeld. I want to use it in my songs." And they're like, "Hey, Seinfeld's been on for like a million years. Like what do you want to use?"
Or do you think they were like listen to his old shit and were like, "Yeah, you're not worthy."
Yeah. Hey, what's good? Seinfeld's good. Okay, put it you need to sell something, bro. But like I couldn't imagine like the list or the catalog of samples they had to go through because like it's not.
How do you pick any one reference
because
for
it's
each
like
song?
It's not like the whole song. It's usually just like it's an open. It's in like the intro of the song or there's like a
little thing in the middle.
Yeah, like on the
like
in
the
the
matzo
bridge
ball
or something. Yes,
that was
exactly.
One of them. Yeah.
Like I just don't know how you would even do that. I mean, like I guess because there's so many good ones, like you can't really go wrong. Honestly, you really can't. There's so many good lines in that movie to use in the song. But
yeah, the Need to Know was like the first one I think I heard, and it was the one with Jerry and Elaine in the beginning.
Oh, okay, yeah,
that song is just way
but
too
White
good.
White Shoes is the best. Song
White
on
Shoes
here,
is the best
100%.
song.
White Shoes is like.
But I really like the intro About Nothing.
Intro, yeah, dude.
That album it's on my list.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I figured. Go for it.
Okay, my number 4. I know you've never listened to it. It's by Andy Mineo. Or Mineo. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, but it's Andy Mineo, and Words Played present Magic and Bird. The best part about this album is how many basketball references there are. It is awesome. And Josh Jordan actually got me into this. Like it's incredible. And it's all like they reference Magic and Bird a lot in it, but there's all kinds. He talks about there's no cussing, so he talks about like doing like Will Smith made it without cussing. But there's not a song on this album that I skip ever. And it's I mentioned this before. It's like if you're like going to work out or like you need like a hype up, but this is the what's like walkout music. It's awesome.
I mean, I'll probably listen to it now, but my like hold up with it at first was like, you're rapping about basketball. That's just kind of corny. I'm sorry. It comes off as corny.
Well, Bow Wow.
When he was like 8.
Yeah.
What do you
Like Mike came out.
expect him to get on there and rap about smoking weed, fucking bitches? Little 8-year-old Bow Wow?
Well, kind of.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I want to hear it.
I'm all for it.
But I don't know. There's just.
But
I mean, I'll listen to it.
The best
What are some-
ones.
what are
The best
good
ones. Legend is the best by far. Layup is really good. Like my favorite part about Layup, he's talking about like reaching up, slap the glass. Like it's just like we can relate. I ain't dunking. Like
Yeah, not doing that.
RUTS is really good. Run up the score. Judo's good.
I like his album cover.
Dude, isn't it
That's
awesome?
Pretty good, actually. I like that a lot. Is that the
And Words
words
Played,
played?
yeah.
Okay.
And then Say Less is good. Dunk Contest. I think you like Break Bread a lot because you know what it reminds me of a little bit, but like a little better is Juke Jam.
Okay.
It's similar to Juke Jam. But dude, they're all good.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to listen to it. Just something about it, like, it just seems kind of corny to me. Seems like.
It kind of is a little corny. That's kind
But
of what I
guess,
like about it.
I guess there might be a respect thing. Like, it is kind of hard, I guess, to have. I mean, how many songs are on this album? 13 and
or
have
14,
them all
yeah.
be about basketball. Like, I can get behind that. Sort of.
They're cool, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Like
But Legend is
I literally
the
have
best.
not like you haven't even played him for me like at any point, so I have no idea what it's gonna sound like.
No,
So
Legend
I'm
is
actually kind of
awesome.
excited. I'll listen to it. I'll listen to it. Okay, my number 3, and I know you have not listened to this. It is Alina Perez and sorry, I don't have it pulled up.
I don't. She's my favorite. It's a guy.
Alina Perez and I'm gonna butcher this. Galimatius? I don't know.
I don't know. I know that's not right, but you butchered it.
So it's got 8 songs, which is like kind of the cut for like an album or an EP.
Yeah.
But like I remember the first time I heard this, guy I used to work with at Topgolf showed me one of the songs, and it is the coolest, like vibey, atmospheric type sound. Like every time I pull up my computer, I want to make a beat. I want to make a beat like that, and like it's hard. Like if you listen to one of these songs, like Pretty Thoughts, Unfold, Fantasy. There's like this, you kind of just want to make this face like every time you listen to it. I don't know.
Face.
Like, yeah, you just want to be like, that's so sick. And like her voice is like really good. Like, and it's very well mixed in this setting too. Like there's like a song where it's got like, it has this like deep like kick drum, and it's got this like snare that's like reverbed out, and it's got like these like bird noises and atmospheric sounds, and then she's got this like really soft voice, and it's really cool. I mean, it's my number 3 the last 5 years.
Yeah, it better be fucking cool.
Yeah. I remember also like listening to this album in Ireland. That was like the time when I found out about it. So like I was really vibing on that, like on the plane and like just driving around Ireland. Like, every time I listen to it, it kind of takes me back there. I know that's like a weird thing, but like.
No, I get that. When you first listen to it, you kind of remember where you were the first time you listened to it.
Like, oh, I listened to this album, and then like I went on this trip, and I was like still really into this album, and then I remember just like, that's all I listened to. I really liked it, and so like that kind of takes me back to that trip. But
I get behind that.
But yeah, you should listen to it. It's pretty cool.
Nah.
Okay.
All right, my number 3, J. Cole, For Your Eyes Only.
Can't argue that.
It's
pretty good. I'm surprised it's that high on yours, to be honest, but
really?
Yeah. I was waiting for it. I was like, there's no way it's his number 1. By the way, I don't know what your number 1 is going to be.
No, you don't.
I really don't. I'm actually I don't
My number 2 is going to shock you.
Okay, we're getting there. Okay, so For Your Eyes Only.
For Your Eyes Only. This album by J. Cole and 2014 Forest Hills Drive are incredible. If 2014 Forest Hills Drive was in our time period, it would have been number 1.
Yeah, 100%. That album's good.
It would have been 100% number 1. But no, this album is awesome. For Whom the Bell Tolls, Immortal, Deja Vu, Neighbors, Change, Fold and Close, and For Your Eyes Only are my top favorite. Oh, Vile Mentality. That one's super cool.
Yeah. I don't know why this didn't. I mean, I don't really have a reason why it didn't make my top 10 other than like there wasn't that, this album came out, I need to listen to this like front to back a bunch, right? There wasn't that like, oh my god, like Drake or like any of the other albums. I was
Right,
like,
but this album has the same kind of feel as Damn, where he has something to
exactly.
say. Yeah,
He really does.
And again, going back to him and Kendrick Lamar with the lyricism, some of the things that he puts together.
J. Cole's up there too.
Oh my god,
he feels like he really does feel like, again with Kendrick, he just is like
they're on a different level.
It's just like you're 10 steps ahead of the other guy.
Yeah.
For some reason, it's like, why do you do this so well? Like, how do you do this so well?
It's crazy.
He samples stuff really cool too. Like, he'll take a lot of, I think it's Neighbors. It opens up, I think it starts with a beat and it's got this cool, like, reversed, like, sample and it kind of goes through the whole song and it's really cool. I do like this album. I really do. It was kind of hard to leave this off of my 10. If I had to replace one, it'd probably be either this one or Damn, honestly. Like, as far as like
they're very similar.
It's kind of like, they're kind of like right
yeah.
there. It's like, but I think Damn is just like I like all the cooler. There's cooler stuff in Damn.
Yeah, and then like the cool things are like the subtle things in She's Mine Part 1 and 2 in this album are very cool. Like the songs itself are mediocre, I would say for J. Cole, but the very subtle things in there that are really cool. Yeah. Again, lyrics.
Yeah, J. Cole's good. I mean, I'm just looking at 2014 Forest Hills Drive. I mean,
dude, that album is incredible.
Yeah. I remember when I first heard Wet Dreams, I was like, oh, my ears feel dirty. Like,
I remember you told me,
can you rap about this?
We're at the gym, you're like, I don't want to hear about that.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about him busting a nut when he's like 14. Maybe I do. I don't know. Someone does.
But then even like Note to Self is 14 minutes long.
Yeah, that can be deleted.
But there's parts in that, like, I've listened to it all the way through maybe 5 times total. There's parts in it that are really cool.
Yeah.
And there's parts in it that are like, all right, get the fuck on.
Yeah.
But like Adolescence, January 28th, Fire Squad, Saint Tropez, No Role Model. I mean, I should really like Love Yours on that album too.
Yeah, that's a slow song, but it's good. I like it.
Great album.
Yeah. My turn, number 2.
Your turn.
Beer Bongs and Bentleys. This was like,
I'm surprised that's that high for you, honestly.
Dude, I vibed on this album.
It's good.
Besides like the big hitters like Rockstar and Psycho, even though Psycho's dope, I don't like Rockstar's cool. It was just overplayed. Honestly, It was just really overplayed.
I thought Better Now was overplayed.
Yeah. Dude, I'm into like the sounds. I really like 92 Explorer has the coolest snare drum, dude. Like if you listen to it, it's like this weird like it's like a snap, but it's like a rolling thing, dude. It's so cool. It's so sick. Candy Paint.
I would say Candy Paint is probably my favorite one on this album.
Like obviously, what makes a good album is like the deep cuts, like
Michael
the non-hits have to be good. But like, dude, the deep cuts on this album are just so good. Zach and Codeine and Rich and Sad. I like
Zach and Codeine a lot.
I loved those songs. Like, and Spoil My Night's good. Paranoid. It's like it's my number 2 album. Like every song on this album is good.
The first time I heard Candy Paint and he said the "Goddamn I love paper" like a Michael Scott.
Yeah,
And I was like,
I know,
on,
dude.
what?
It's
hold
the
on,
whole,
go back.
Yeah, I know.
Go
Rewind
back.
that. Did he just say that? Yeah.
That was like that's the number 1 song on this whole album,
dude. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that one's good. I do like Psycho a lot.
So yeah, no, Psycho's cool. It has that cool like. I think in the beginning it's like someone taking like something and hitting a guitar string. Like they're just holding the guitar and they're just like, bling, bling. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And I always.
But then on the other hand, it's 18 songs.
Yeah, but they're all good. Isn't that like?
Most of them are good. I don't really like Same Bitches. I'm not a big G-Eazy fan.
True. And then I could go without an interlude too. I don't understand an interlude or like a skit.
Some of them are like not in this, but sometimes they hit a certain way and they're just kind of like funny. But like when I see those, I just think of like Eminem.
Yeah, and like
they're like not good.
I know,
like Paul or whatever.
Kim. Does he have one Kim where he's like literally like I don't know if we can say. I don't know what our limit is, but he drops some hard C's and unts on that one.
Yeah, no. Some of them are good. Some of them are just total misses.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you ready for my number 2?
Yes.
Joyner Lucas, ADHD.
Didn't you just start listening to that?
Yes.
And that's your number 2.
I have not stopped listening to it for 2 weeks.
Very interesting.
It has 18 songs. 2 of them are skits, I think. and the skits are actually funny.
Oh yeah, I think you showed me one.
Yeah, but
Man, that came out this year.
yeah, it like came out not too recently. I mean, the single for Will came out maybe a month ago. Because I remember listening to it here, and the music video is awesome for that. That's probably my favorite song off the whole album, but the lyrics in this, oh my god,
Really good.
it's incredible. I think if you actually go and listen to Will and watch the music video, so you can kind of put together what he's saying, because he's basically talking about how Will Smith is his idol and like how he's kind of portrayed so many different things and everything. Because he starts off the song like dressed up as Will from Fresh Prince, and he goes through each movie and relates it to the song with, wow, it's incredible.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to describe it, but there's some really good there's some really good like features on here, like Isis with Logic, super cool. And then Chris Brown making a comeback and finally stop beating people, but he's on there
Beating women.
yes 10 bands with Timberland, super awesome. And Broken Stupid is really cool. Like, but I think I wrote down all of them except the skits.
Yeah.
Because, dude, they're incredible. And I was going through this and I was like, no, it's better than that. No, it's better than that. No, like, it just kept moving up.
Does it feel weird putting that ahead of like Dashboard?
No.
No.
Maybe a dashboard of
I feel like
old,
out of like
but, like,
principle,
on
this should have been
that-
like your number 10. Like sort of like how the Japanese house is like my number 8. When really it's like honestly that could probably be like number 3. Like realistically, but I was like, you know
just
what?
went for it. It's my number 2.
Okay. All right, that's good. Like I gotta give it time. But that's cool, man. I mean I've seen
you gotta listen to it.
I've seen people like repost the song like on Instagram and stuff, like take screenshots and like do it. And I like the album cover too.
I was
with
saying,
like
the album cover's
hands
really
thing.
cool.
Like I don't
Yeah.
even know how you even come up with that idea. That's dope.
It's really good.
Okay, are you ready for my number 1?
Let me hear it.
Story so far.
I knew
they're
it.
self-titled. I cannot even begin to put into words. Like, no matter what, this is number 1. Like, there's no like, oh, like maybe no.
I remember when you first got into Story So Far, you were like, balls to the wall.
Oh
they're
my
the
god,
greatest.
because like obviously I love pop punk and like I've heard of the Story so far. Like they were kind of I don't know why they just never like came into my brain to listen
Right.
to. And they came out with this album and I was like, I'm gonna go to Dimple and I'm gonna buy this album because this was before I had Spotify or anything like that. And I remember I was like, oh my god, this is what pop punk music
This is
What have I been
the
missing?
pinnacle of
I
pop
was
punk.
so late to the pop to them because they had an album in 2013, just as good. Under Dirt and Soil, just as good. They have a bunch of cool like singles that came out. Like, and here's another disclaimer: they came out with another album in 2018. That could be like 1 and like I want to say 1 and 2. That sounds like I'm being biased, but like their Proper Dose album in 2018 is like it's just so good. Like Story So Far, like I think they're maybe one of the best like pure pop punk bands like ever. I know that
Except for Fight Fair.
nobody knows who Fight Fair is.
Drew.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's funny. It's like
We're the only 4.
the only people that know who they are. We should try and get Alex Bigman on this podcast.
Oh my god.
We should try and call him right now. Dude,
He liked one of my things on
I have
Instagram.
that weird Fight Fair album.
Me
that
too.
like no, remember I have the one that's like a EP or some weird
Oh,
thing.
the record one?
No,
Or-
it's a CD. It was like a
Because I have California Kicks, Beachfront Avenue, and the EP one, the broken E EP.
I don't know. I think I remember finding it and going. We were like, "What is this?" Remember we used to go and spend like our entire paychecks at Dimple.
Yeah, I would still do it. If
It
Dimple
pays
was
off
around.
now, I guess.
Yeah, who else has a
We
podcast?
get when we have kids, we can be like, here's all these fucking shitty CDs. You probably don't even know how to use this thing.
It's a frisbee to them.
Also, what I love about this album, it's 10 songs, and there's 6. There's only 7 songs on here that are barely over 3 minutes. Like
I do like that.
the song starts, you know what you're getting into, and then it's over. There's no like fluff. It's just like this. I love it. It's so good. I'm getting like goosebumps. Like I seriously love that. I seriously love that album so much, especially and Proper Dose. Like again, 11 songs. Like every song on that CD is so good.
As far as pop punk goes, it's kind of how I am with like the Audition.
Yeah, that's
Dude, I remember
a
when
deep cut,
we
though.
like first kind of like, because I had heard of them and I saw them live that one time before we really got into them because they opened for Classic Crime, also really good. But that they don't have a single album that I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
They're on all the time.
It's true, but that's kind of how I feel about the story so far. But yeah, that's my number one. What's number one?
Wale, the album about nothing.
I know. I was like, it wasn't number two. It's got to be number one.
There's not a song on that album that I don't like.
I think what I associate most with this album is us driving up to Almanor for some reason. I don't know why. I think one time
because when we went to Santa Cruz, it was all pop punk.
Yeah,
like the audition, Say Anything, Dashboard.
Yeah, and then we drove up there. I don't know why. I don't know. There's like a moment we were like driving like up by Chico. I think we were like about to pass an In-N-Out, and we like
we only stopped at In-N-Out because with Emily and Carissa,
I think we
right?
did. Yeah, I think we did. But it's a cool like concept album.
It's the only album he's got.
Hey, I mean, like that album made me like buy one of his other albums, and I was like, "What is this? This is bad." Like,
this is horrible.
Not even like, "Oh, I'll give it a chance," but some of the songs are just like, "What is this? What am I listening to?" Like, how could you? Like, you're almost like, how could you do this? Like, I'm mad at you that you even put out another album.
This is
that
nowhere
sounds
near
like this.
this doesn't live up to what you just put out.
No,
it also makes me think like, did you really write this? Who'd you pay to write this?
I don't know, man. That's maybe a rabbit hole you don't want to go down. Might make you not like certain people.
I still like the music. Do you want to get into honorable mentions?
Sure. Should we recap our top 10? Just like bam, 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 bam. Just do that.
Yeah, we can.
Okay. So I guess from the top, story so far: Post Malone, Alina Perez, Wale, Drake, Death Cab, Kendrick Lamar, Casey Musgraves, Japanese House, and Claro.
And then for me, number one, Wale, Joyner Lucas, J. Cole, Andy Mineo and Words Played, Dashboard Confessional, Post Malone, Matt Nathanson, Taking Back Sunday, Post Malone, and Kendrick Lamar.
The Matt Nathanson one and the Joyner Lucas are like that's so weird.
Give it a chance. Hey, I would have said the same thing to you about Casey Musgraves.
True.
I listened to it and I get it.
I get it. Who are some? I don't know how deep we want to get into these, but I mean,
I only wrote down 5. I don't think
okay.
I think only one of them is really going to shock you.
Cool. I have 12, so.
I could have went there and I was like, we'll just do 5.
Yeah. Go ahead.
The first one I have in there is John Mayer, Search for Everything. That album,
that's kind of.
I really like that album. Almost made it in there, but I could not take Damn out of top 10.
True.
Couldn't do it.
True.
So that's what I have in there. Just every song it's kind of a blend between like Battle Studies, Continuum, and Born and Raised.
Mm-hmm. Kind of, yeah.
Kind of just all mixed together.
There was some cool songs. There was one, Still Feel Like Your Man. I think is like
that's
really
good.
really cool song.
Helpless is really cool. I love that song.
It doesn't have a song called like The Emoji of a Wave.
Yep.
See, I don't know.
He kind of dove into this a little bit when we went and saw him because it was the Search for Everything tour. And obviously he played all his other shit too.
Yeah.
But he was like, look, I wrote this song and I named it Emoji of a Wave. Everybody was like, he's going to sing about emojis. What the fuck? And it's not at all about that.
Yeah.
It's just like a weird way for him to name it. But Helpless, Love on the Weekend, Changing, Moving On, Getting Over, and You're Gonna Live Forever in Me are like my bangers.
Yeah, we really like those.
Yeah.
Maybe
And
I'll have to give it
although
a listen.
album artwork, very creepy. Hate the album artwork.
It's like him and like a bunch of flowers, isn't it?
It's a drawing of him.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's
It's
weird.
like La Fonda from Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, that's weird.
Took me like 3 hours to the shading on your upper lip.
No, it's Trish.
Oh, Trish. That's
La
right.
Fonda's Kip's girl.
La Fonda's Kip's girl. Yeah. God damn. That's a good movie.
Oh God, give me one of yours.
One that I thought for sure no brainer was going to go on mine was Chance the Rapper, Coloring Book. I was like, no doubt that's going on there. Is it Coloring Book? Yeah, Coloring Book.
Yeah, that's the one with Juke Jam and everything. Yeah,
dude, I was really disappointed listening to it again. I was like, I want to like this. I just can't.
it's like on that album. It's like mixtape,
Juke Jam, No Problem,
yeah, No
and
Problem,
Smoke Break.
Yeah,
Like
those are the 4 like 4 or 5 that I remember. Like, okay, skip. Oh, that one. Yeah, skip. No, that one.
It was so weird because I remember like, again, you associate the song you love with that album cover, and so you're like, oh, I must love that album. And I was like, okay, skip. I was like, okay, cool. So I'll skip one. I was waiting. I was like, I can't.
Yeah,
I
you
gotta
gotta
skip
skip
again.
it.
So weird
Yeah.
leaving that album off. So weird, especially like. I'm sure if you pulled up like Billboard top whatever of
it's up
in this,
there.
it's like it's up there. Like
Probably
this
top
was like
25 or whatever.
because Acid Rap was the one before this. I mean, I'm not gonna pretend to be some like Chance the Rapper head or anything like that, but like I heard that was really good. I haven't listened to it at all.
I've never even heard of it. I'm not gonna lie.
It's like that was just like one of his big ones. I mean,
but like Coloring Book's when he got like big,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
sorry, it was buzzing, but it stopped.
I never heard it.
Let go of that thing. Okay, we're good. I gotta get a new mic, a different mic.
Yeah, you do.
But yeah, it's also crazy because I mean he's not on a label. Like he's literally just by himself. Like
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he started on SoundCloud. He's like one of
He's
the
the original SoundCloud rapper, like-
he honestly is. Like I mean, at least that I can think of. I can't think of anybody else. But like I was recently watching an interview with him, or no, it was an interview. It was the Uninterrupted or the barbershop, the shop. It's on HBO. I don't know if you've seen it. It's with LeBron James.
I don't
it's his
have
thing.
HBO.
It's so good. It is so
Poor.
cool. It's so cool. It's all right. I only get it because I'm signed into Andrea's.
So the reason why I have
One.
Amazon Prime.
It's-
It's Emily's.
Yeah. But yeah, he was basically talking about like how he got offers from labels, and like he was just like, but why? Like why would I do that when I could like
Just do it myself.
like do it myself kind of thing.
without
Like
any of your stupid input.
like and he was saying like he was like I was sitting in the waiting room and one rapper walked out and they called me and he's like it felt like it was just like a revolving door
Yeah.
like they're just gonna use me and like spit me back out and I was like I mean it's kind of a good point because that's what they do but
Yeah.
I mean props to him for I mean dude
recognizing it.
the people he has on it features like Justin Bieber, Young Thug, Lil Wayne. You have Kanye. Did you get Kanye West to be on one of your songs? I mean, I will say
You made it.
like it's just how do you and Ty Dolla Sign, Future, T-Pain, like his features on this album are dope. Like really, really good. Like very like prestigious people in like the hip hop and rap world. But it didn't hit the way that I remember it hitting. But what's another one of yours? By the way, I'm not gonna go through all of these. I'll pick like 5 or 6 maybe.
Yeah, I'll just go through my 5 because that's all I got.
Yeah.
So, my next one, the front bottoms, Going Gray.
Wow.
Yeah, I really
How
like.
many people have heard of the front?
Dude, I heard of them first time because they opened for Say Anything. I went down with 2 people that I worked with at Panera because nobody else could go, and I was like, "Hey, you guys want to go see Say Anything with me?" And they just like left, and I was like by myself, so I just rocked out to Say Anything by myself.
Sweet loner.
But yeah, it's fine. The front bottoms open for him, and I was like, "These guys are weird." They're really weird. And then they started playing. I'm like, it's kind of catchy. It's kind of like Harvard, not the same kind of music, but like that same vibe. You're like,
This
these
is
are
just
really
different. It's just
weird,
different.
but it's,
Yeah, it's different.
good.
Harvard was
Dude,
the weird.
that was
the
like a cathartic
weirdest-
experience.
That was the weirdest live show. I mean, I haven't been to a lot of concerts, but like that's up there. That was the weirdest
just
thing
that dude was crazy
because it was just him, right?
there was like him and like one other person.
He came out on like this, and there was like he had like a stand like
Yeah.
this, and it was like he just had like something on like a pad or something. He was hitting it, and he was like doing these weird like oh, and you're like okay.
The dude was
are you
really
casting a
weird.
spell on me right now, dude? I don't know what you're doing.
Oh my god. Yeah, Going Gray was really good. A couple of my favorites on there. You used to say Holy Fuck, Peace Sign, Vacation Town, Everyone But You, Don't Fill Up on Chips. They're just like they're super weird, and obviously like the titles are really weird.
Do they sing about the titles? Like if I turned on "Don't Fill Up on Chips," do they sing the word? Because if they say "Don't fill up on chips," I'm going to turn it off immediately. That's how I feel about the Andy Mineo thing. It's like if you say like dribbling down the floor and I shoot a layup, I'm turning it off. Like I'm just not listening to that. I'm sorry, I
It's
can't
not
do
at
that.
all what it's like. And it, like one of their other albums, Talon of the Hawk, that came out in 2013. If that had come out in our time frame that we had, it probably would have been top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That album was awesome. I think you've heard it with Au revoir, Skeleton, Twin Size Match. Twin Size Match is my favorite song that they have. It's awesome. And actually, I told Aiden, you guys don't know him.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, this is your kind of band.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just total like weird.
Yeah.
Just like weird kind of folk, but also kind of punk rock.
I think I remember the first one of the songs that you showed me that I remember at least is like some weird like shitty acoustic guitar sound. I don't remember the song, but I remember hearing it. I think it was the Front Bottoms. Maybe it was.
It's probably Twin Size Mattress.
Maybe.
Because it starts off with just a guitar like.
Maybe. I don't know, but
Yeah, you should listen to that
maybe
album.
I'll
Talon of
listen
the
to
Hawk is awesome. It's the one with a knife on it.
Okay, one. I don't know. I have a whole list.
I can skip my next two because I kind of already talked about them. It's Drake and Drake.
Oh, was it? Which albums was it?
If you're reading this too late in views.
Oh, okay. So
So-
we kind of switched. Did you have a Drake album on your top 10?
No.
No, you didn't. Why?
I couldn't put them above the other ones.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Honorable mention though.
That's good. Hey, shout out to Drake for making an honorable
It's
mention.
a silver medal,
Yeah.
kind of.
One that I wanted that I wish I could have put on here, another one, is Kanye West's Life of Pablo. Because
cool
I remember when
album.
that came out, remember he did that thing where you could only listen to it on Tidal. You couldn't listen to it.
Yeah, that was such
I remember
a
when
power
we
move.
were like torrenting stuff, it was like, dude, you couldn't listen to it anywhere
Yeah.
else, so we torrented it off Pirate Bay. I don't know if we can say that. We can like fucking
Look.
FBI, CIA's gonna everybody's doing it.
At LimeWire happens.
I was gonna say I went on
We're here now.
I went on BearShare. I went on the dark web and I got Life of Pablo. But I remember listening to it and I was like, oh, these are sounds that I haven't heard. And Kanye's always he's been kind of a pioneer.
experimental,
Like he always does that kind of weird stuff. But again, he does a lot of weird stuff and I just can't, like, if you took 5 songs off this, it'd be like, oh my God, every like song's good. There's 20 songs on this album. There's 20.
God.
Like, I'm sorry, I've never listened to Saint Pablo. I've never listened to the Silver Surfer interlude or the Silver Surfer because there's like 9 eyes in here. It's like, okay, like I don't know what the point of that is, but
Get the fuck on, like
Ultralight Beam, famous
famous.
feedback.
As controversial as Famous was with the
Yeah.
whole Taylor Swift thing, that song is awesome.
It's a cool song.
That song is awesome.
Highlights, Waves, and Real Friends.
Real Friends is
Real
really
Friends
cool.
is cool. I remember hearing that song. I mean, I still love that song.
Yeah.
It's a really cool song. But I couldn't like I don't care about these weird like I don't know. I'll say another one right now because it's kind of in the same boat. But Frank Ocean, I really want to like Frank Ocean. Yeah, I really want to like Frank Ocean. I tried. There's a song.
I remember
off of
you
his-
went through like a month where you're like, I'm
was like,
gonna listen
I'm
to
gonna-
Orange,
dude,
and I'm gonna just make myself
I wanted
like
to
it.
because I remember when it's Channel Orange, right?
Channel Orange, yeah,
Channel Orange,
whatever.
right?
It's
that came
it's
out.
the one with the orange.
It's like he won like a Grammy. It was like
Yeah.
a big album, but like, okay, that didn't fall into this year, I don't think. But Blonde did. That's the one with his like face like this, and he's got like green hair, and like there's
Not
some,
blonde though.
not blonde. maybe he's color blind or color blonde. Let me get this pulled up. Like,
Pun gun?
like there's a song on here. I think it's called Be Yourself. It's not even a song. It's just like an audio recording of some lady talking. It's like, I get that, but it's like, it's a minute and a half. It's like, I'm trying to listen to your album. Like, this does not put me in the mood to want to listen to it. But like,
Yeah.
Nike's, that's a cool song. There's also, again, 17 songs on here. And White Ferrari. Those are like kind of the only songs. I know I probably sound like an idiot because I'm sure people that like love Frank Ocean, like love Frank Ocean. They're like, he's one of the
Yeah.
greatest ever. I
That's
want to
kind of
like
the thing.
him.
That's like he's not for everyone. He's hit or miss. Like you either like him or
Exactly.
you
But like I will say the songs that I've like kind of heard that like I pay attention. I'm like in the middle of the song I was like, oh, this is the same song. Like this is cool. Like he does do really cool stuff, like really cool experimental like weird rhythms where like he'll have a song that like goes and it changes rhythm and then it changes like total like the whole tone changes. But like again, I probably it didn't resonate with me when it came out. Therefore, it's like it's hard for me to. It's like, oh, I need to like this. It's almost harder. Like, I'm sure if I listened to it when it first came out, I'd be like, oh, this is a cool album. But
don't. If you have to force yourself to listen to it to like it, it's probably not.
I know
your album.
that's exactly that's how the Chance the Rapper one was like, oh, I want to like this album
Yeah.
because like this is supposed to be really good, and it just didn't.
That's
click.
how I was with like the last like 8 Say Anything albums that they
Yeah.
came out with in the last year.
What was their last good album?
The one before Hebrews, because Hebrews was ass.
Was it their self-titled one?
It
that
might be
came
their
out?
self-titled, yeah. Hebrews
Oh,
had
what is Oliver Appropriate?
that's their last one, dude.
Who's that guy on the front?
Dude,
it looks like a sim,
It,
like a sim character.
dude, it's bad. And like they like broke up. Like Max Bemis like left the band or whatever, but I don't know why. I don't know. He's doing shit with his wife in her band.
Did you like Anarchy, My Dear?
I liked Burn a Miracle off Anarchy, My Dear.
and
And I think
Overbiter.
Overbiter
That was the other one.
was so good on that one.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think I like a couple off that one, but it's like it doesn't hit like In Defense of the Genre, Was a Real Boy,
Self-Titled,
and even the early like Rarity stuff. Like that stuff is awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I wonder how many people have heard of Say Anything. I never heard of Say Anything until you showed me him.
me, you, and my brother.
Yeah, and Max Bemis. That's it.
Yeah, I didn't know about them until my brother moved out here, and he was like, "Have you?"
They're a weird band. Well, because I feel like
They're super.
I feel like people have heard of them. Like everyone's like, "Oh, I've heard of Say
Well,
Anything."
I mean, they
like
had
how?
songs. Like they had a song in Scrubs. They had a Live with the Glory of Love was
Really?
in Scrubs. Yeah.
Huh.
They've like kind of had like a moment where they were like getting, and it was like right when like I think like right after Was a Real Boy came out, like they started to kind of get some traction, and then I don't know.
There's some cool songs on
There's some
There's some
awesome
cool songs on
songs.
Was a Real Boy. Like
and that's like a Was a Real Boy is a that's a 2-sided album with like 25 songs, 30 songs, something like that.
oh yeah, 21.
21, yeah. And
They're
most of
just
them
they're
are
weird.
good.
What a weird band. They're a
Yeah.
weird band. But I will say their self-titled is like
It's gold.
that. That's that album.
With, like, Cemetery?
Good. Yeah.
God.
Yeah, we don't have time for that because we can talk about that forever.
All right, are you ready for my mind blower?
Yeah,
You're okay. You're going to laugh. You're going to laugh.
probably not gonna laugh.
You're going to laugh. But just get past the humor of it and
I
actually
don't
listen to some
want-
of the things on there.
Okay.
A Star is Born soundtrack.
No,
Yes.
no, no. Next, what's no.
For real.
No.
The-
Hey, you
okay.
know Bradley Cooper is not a singer.
Yes, I know. The movie is garbage. Soundtrack's not bad.
If I ever hear you playing fa la 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 sha la la lo la la lo, I'll hit you, dude.
You don't like Lady Gaga?
I kind of respect her.
Lady Gaga's really good artist.
She's a good musician.
She's
yeah.
really good.
She's good.
And Bradley Cooper was a fine actor in the movie.
He was a fine actor. Fucking justifying. Hey, how many songs are on this album?
Too many.
34.
Well, go to the one without dialogue. 19.
I want the dialogue.
Why do you want the dialogue? But like, there's really cool music in them. Out of Time is cool. Alibi is cool. Black Eyes is cool. Maybe It's Time is actually not that bad by Bradley Cooper.
Is it country?
No, it's like country rockish. It's weird.
Is it like Casey Musgrave?
No, not at all. It's like
So it's not good. Cool.
It's like a mix between country rock and emo. Like Maybe It's Time sounds emo-ish. But then like the ones with Lady Gaga, Always Remember Us This Way, and then Shallow, which has Bradley Cooper, but it's fucking Lady Gaga.
Okay.
Those are really good songs.
I just can't get the image out of my head of them like with their heads together and playing acoustic guitar.
Yeah, just don't look at the album cover.
It's like, okay, The Notebook 2 is what that looks like. That just looks like a second rendition of The Notebook.
Basketball
Like,
and Love.
ba-
Sorry, Love and Basketball.
Love and basketball. Love and a guitar.
No, it's a cool album.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I probably won't listen to it.
I didn't
know.
think you will, and I knew you were gonna
I
laugh.
probably won't. I probably won't get around to listening to that. Like, I'll listen to Frank. I haven't listened to Frank Ocean. There's no way in shit I'm listening to A Star Is Born soundtrack.
Next time you're in the
before
car
that.
with me, I'll make you listen to it.
I guess I can't argue with that.
That's also
So okay, I guess I'll talk. I have like two more on here that I could probably say. So Crooked Shadows obviously was an honorable mention. Astro World was kind of like it was like there, and then I was like, nah. Like,
Yeah, for me, there were, like,
I couldn't do it. But
3 songs I was really into in Astro World.
exactly, that was kind of it. But like, I mean, Stargazing, Sicko Mode.
Like, Sicko Mode was good,
No
but I
Bystand, and Butterfly Effect. Butterfly Effect is a cool song.
See, like those aren't even the ones that I liked. The ones that I really liked, Yosemite. Awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yosemite and
Yosemite's
Coffee Bean
good.
are by far my 2 favorites on that album.
Yeah, it's weird. Like Travis Scott is like, I don't know, kind of he's kind of unique. Like he actually
yeah.
kind of is. Like for whatever reason, like his little like thing. It's like it's lit. It's like
it's lit.
It's kind of cool. It's like, oh, you put that in a song, and it's like, oh yeah, the song is lit because it says it. Like you're almost convinced. Like the song is
It
like
has to
it
be.
has to be. But I remember being like, oh, that would be a cool album to put on my top 10 and talk about. But then I was like,
what do I really talk about?
I don't know. It's a little too. There's just some songs that just didn't do it for me. The 1975
I've heard you kind of
is a band that like I've been turned on to maybe in the last like year. I'd say maybe the last year. I will say they have like maybe the most like range I've maybe ever heard in a band. Like they have songs that are like house songs. They have like country songs. They have like loud, like again, they're the 1975, so it's like kind of
right
that style, but like they're really good. But again, they have albums that are like 17, 20 songs long, and it's like I didn't have time to really like listen to it and like get into it and like have like a passion, like this has to be on my whatever. But like, I mean, some of my favorite songs the last 5 years are by them for sure. Like, yeah, they're pretty good. That was one that like I wanted to put on here just to say like the 1975 because it probably would be on there if I like had a better time to listen to it, I guess. But because they have 3 albums that came out in the last 5 years that are pretty good.
Yeah,
one
they're
that just
pumping
came
them
out. And then Lil Peep, Call Me When You're Sober.
I was waiting for Lil Peep, dude.
That was like I put that like at my number 10. I was like, that'll be like my cool number 10. Like gotta throw Lil Peep some love because Save That Shit is like, ugh, that song is so like
that's you and AJ, dude.
Like it's so just like I just want to like.
I remember you putting that on the way back from our driving home from the Bachelor thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, that came. I was like, what in the
You tried to
hell?
turn it down, bro. I like turned it up and you were like, hey. I was like, dude, no.
I thought you were gonna break the fucking
You have to
speakers.
turn it up. I don't care.
Not my car.
But again, it's only 7 songs, so like it's kind of easy to be like, yeah, it's a good album,
Right.
which is kind of what my case was. But then I listened to it and I was like, I don't like all these songs.
Right.
Like I really like Save That Shit. You Said is cool because it's got like 2 parts in the song. Like it kind of goes off and then like it comes back in.
Takes a weird left turn.
Yeah, but yeah, I really like Lil Peep. It also kind of fills that like pop punk. Like he sings like pop punk like melodies and like and just the way that he sings, like it sounds like he could be like in a pop punk band, but like it's trap and like he's got guitar in all of his songs. I know it's like a dumb thing to say, like oh his guitar it's good.
Hey,
but
Lil
like,
Wayne did an album like that.
Oh yeah,
it was bad.
Yeah,
that was a bad album.
I'm really shocked. Was that in your top 10?
That's probably a bottom 10.
But yeah, Lil Peep was like kind of an honorable mention. It was hard to leave him off just because I really do like his music, and it feels weird saying that because like if I told someone that's like never heard of him, like hey you should listen to Lil Peep, they're gonna go who? I'm not listening to Lil Peep.
His name's Lil Peep.
His name's Lil Peep, but it's like no, it's Lil Peep. And also I watched this documentary on Netflix.
Yeah, I know you told me to watch it. I didn't.
It was pretty interesting. Like pretty sad. He was like really depressed kid, obviously, like daddy issues. It's probably why I'll never be a good musician because I don't have daddy issues. Got to be more depressed.
You got dog issues.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, I got fucking dog issues, bro.
Write a song about your dog not wanting to go on a walk.
Yeah, I know, dude. He like. I don't understand. It's like he's the only dog that I've seen.
I like how we're going off on this weird.
Whatever, dude. We're done with that. He's the only dog where like you throw a toy, he doesn't go get it.
He's like, fuck that toy.
He runs halfway and he goes, why'd you throw that? It was perfectly fine over here. Or like, again, I was telling you this last night. It's like, you go to take him for a walk and he runs away from you. It's like 90% of dogs I've ever seen, like
love walks.
You pull out the leash or you say the word walk and they just freak out. It's like, you can't get this dog to get put on a leash. It's like, bro, I'm trying to take you on a goddamn walk. I'm not taking you out to like,
for me.
I'm not putting you in a meat grinder, dude. I'm trying to take you outside. So frustrating. So frustrating.
Dogs are frustrating, dude.
Nellie's a good dog.
No.
No?
Nellie's a cool dog, but Nellie does not behave.
No, he doesn't shed though. I don't know why. I
True.
don't know why that's like a thing that matters, but like
that's pretty
Coda,
cool.
dude, Coda sheds like
Coda.
it's like
Yeah, no, Coda sheds a lot.
I
But
don't
no,
want that.
what Nellie likes to do is try to start a beef with any other dog that's on a leash, even though she's on a fucking leash. If the dog's not on a leash, it's whatever. She doesn't give a fuck. But if the dog's on a leash, she's like, I'm gonna kill that dog.
can't be around other dogs. We tried to get them to meet. We tried to get Coda.
They were good for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then Nellie got all power crazy. Yeah, Nellie's got some issues. She loves cats.
Nellie likes cats.
She loves cats.
I don't know what that means.
And she loves lizards.
Remember that movie? Dogs versus Cats versus Dogs. Remember that movie?
Nope.
You don't remember Cats versus Dogs? Dude, seriously, you don't remember that movie? They talk and they're like secret agents. I'm dead serious, dude. And that show Cat Dog.
Okay, that was a good show.
I think they made 2 of these movies. Oh, type in Cats versus Dogs, and it's like which pet is best for me? You want to read it? Unlike dogs, cats are able to jump and climb. Whoa! As a dog owner, I'm offended.
A dog can't jump
or climb, apparently. Okay, movie. Oh,
2001. I've never heard of this.
Oh yeah, with the beat. Yeah, dude. Yeah, there was like a racist dog in this movie. I
Was it
can't.
played by George Carlin?
I don't know, but I remember watching this. It was like a black.